What? Already on reserve? Oh, how good that I have this gas. God, I hope he doesn't run into anyone he knows at the station.
Look, that fucking YouTuber. Oh, look, he probably made his money on lotteries. Hey, Tashiem?
Hey! What engine? A 5.7, you know? Does it use a lot of gas? Who would even count that?
It burns as much as you pour in. I don't even bother counting such small amounts.
How much did that ride cost you?
Oh, it already cost me over 100,000, but 2 months of work? Get the fuck out of here, damn it. How much is that?
You probably didn't install gas, did you? Gas?
I would never install gas, come on, bro. Only those hillbillies who want to extend their penis buy such cars and then can't afford premium 98. Well, I don't have that much money. So, what about you guys? So you're not going anywhere? Nice chatting! Over 400 zlotys, damn! Ha!
400. I'll probably have to refuel again in 5 hours. Take care, Tash. See you guys. Take care.
There really is money in this YouTube thing, you see, Anze. That's where we should have made a career.
And 4. Would you send me 400 through Blick? Because I can't leave the station. Alright, my friends, let's start the video. No. Damn, this is enough to make you puke. I feel like I'm traveling from Gdansk to Croatia. When it comes to visual effects, what else was missing from the outside in the last episode?
The Daytona stickers and the chemicals on the hood, they were removed because they were in really bad shape. I ordered those stickers online and dropped by the guys at Rapkara in Gdansk. By the way, Rafał is next door. He's working on my Supra too, so we're heading over to the guys. Well, they lowered those cars. They came up with all sorts of things. If you look at it now, it's a problem, isn't it? I just had to have a Daytona.
So let's unscrew it right away and get going with the Daytona. Thanks to Patrick, and we're moving on. Ha! We're already past 30 grand, heading for 40. I really care about that number, and when we hit it, there will be a big contest. So hit the subscribe button and let's keep going with the content. All right, my friends, it's time to get to work on the electrics. I just arrived near Starogard Gdański to do a conversion from United States to Polish regarding the radio, rear lights, and a few other little things. Look, my dashboard is lit up like a Christmas tree. We've got a problem. From the steering gear, airbags, and seatbelts. Obviously, we've got red turn signals in the back, and we need to make them orange. These 3 will be orange, and this one will be the brake light. Oh, so... and the fog light will be here, right?
The fog light will be here. I'm curious how it's going to look, so I'll just leave it nicely here in the field. And well, I'll come back in a few days and show you the result. All right, I came to pick up the charger, and let's see what changes have been made. So, could you turn on the turn signals, please?
Alright, the fog lights, right?
Okay.
So that's about the rear lighting, okay? We also have the radio in Polish, the dashboard in Polish, the whole conversion is done, and the radio as well. How much does such a service cost?
2,500 for that. So listen, the cost is an extra 2,500 zlotys, and now I'm off to install the gas system.
It's time to do something so we can drive this car, which means installing the gas system. And right in front of me is Wodarz, who will take us to the auto gas department.
Good morning.
Hey Derek, hey there. Listen, why did I choose Derek? I chose Derek because he's been doing gas for 70 years and he's into drifting. He's actually a spotter. Pateras Peter from the drift team, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm also a competitor, so Tassim and I can talk about drifting in another video, but today we're going to focus on installing gas in his car.
And how long have you been installing gas systems?
20 years under the name Autogas Service. And how long have you been in the gas business? About 25 years. All right, my friends, listen. So we're looking at the trunk. There's quite a lot of space here, but it would be kind of lame to put a cylinder in, right? There are two options. Either we put a cylinder in there or here in the spare wheel well. But that means you have to modify the floor. Depending on how big of a tank you want to install, that's how much you have to modify the floor. So it's kind of a sheet metal and paint job, I'd say. You have to make space, because this car doesn't have room for a big tank. You have to create that space. It's a standard operation in these cars. So we'll check it out, because I'd at least like to be able to drive from Dansk to Łódź on one tank, right? So let's take it and measure the first installation of the Stag on the gate.
Damn! No, they tell us to install it to get some discount. First, we install it on the gate, then in the car. Oh, and that's what this recess looks like. 630, 225. How much is it?
6 liters, right? So 630, 225. How many of those zlotys do we have? 5, 6 liters only? And how much for labor? 56. If you angle it a bit, you can fit almost a full 50 liters of gas. 50 liters. So you'll do 300 kilometers on the road. Depends on the route. If you push the pedal on the highway, then, in my opinion, count on 14 liters of gas, about 20% more gas consumption than gasoline. By the book, maybe 15%, but let's count 20, because I feel like you'll have a heavier foot on gas. Tasha likes to straighten her right leg too. So what do you think, Darek?
Now we're starting the cuts. Now here we're going to modify this floor. There's a kind of indentation in the trunk floor here, and we're going to level that out. Plus we'll do a bit here too, because it also curves a bit. We'll also straighten out this rear bulkhead to make it flat. It's done the same way in this, in the Challenger and in the Charger. Pretty much the same. How much time do you think it'll take before we drive this car out?
I think about 2-3 days.
All right, we've finished the whole diagnostics. Darius, tell me, what condition is my engine in?
Everything's running smoothly. Fuel trims, sensors, lambdas, the catalytic converter, everything is okay. So we're moving on to the installation and that's it. We'll see each other after the installation, right?
I'm leaving the car here. I'm glad the engine is in good condition. There's nothing else for me to say except see you in a bit.
Wow! I finally got the call that I can come pick up the car. I'm really curious how it turned out. Let's go to Darek.
Hey boss, hey, what's up? So did the operation go well or not? Of course, absolutely.
So, will you show us how it turned out? I'm really curious. I'll explain everything to you by the car, and I have 2 surprises prepared for you.
The first surprise is that I have this interface prepared for you, which I'm giving you as a gift.
You use my remote technical support service. I'm able to connect to your car remotely, read engine errors, check operating parameters, clear faults, and basically do everything that can be done at the service center. Later, we'll move on to summarizing the entire gas installation, and since we're already talking about this feature, how much does something like this cost with you?
Something like this costs just under 200 Polish zloty, so there you go.
Thank you.
You see, we have the first gift, and there's a second one. We took your ride and took it to the dyno.
No, damn, listen, I actually wanted to do that. I wanted to go with you.
So listen, Derek recorded it. We're cutting now and taking you to Derek's recording at the dyno.
You'll see for yourselves how it looked. I don't know yet either, but I'll definitely see it too. So let's go with Darek to the dyno.
I took your car to the dyno, where the liquefied petroleum gas will be tuned. We'll check how much power it makes on gasoline and how much on liquefied petroleum gas. This is a little surprise for you. Come to the workshop and see how it looks. I hope we'll bust the myths that liquefied petroleum gas gives much less power and all that.
We've got it. Let's go check the results.
And we're back.
The first gas measurement is this yellow line, and it had 355 horsepower and about 507 torque.
So we managed to get, that was the first measurement, and you could see that the torque and power were understated.
So I can normally, when I take it to the track, I can set a lap time in Torun, and if I do that, I can just go full throttle on gas. You can go full throttle. It runs completely on gas. There's no additional gasoline injection.
All right, man, show me then. Oh, it's already here, cleaned up because you had quite a mess here.
Tell me, do you clean every customer's car like this, or just mine?
When the repairs are bigger, yes, we wash and clean it. We always try to return a clean car. I wonder how it looks under the hood.
Oh man, it's shining. There are 2 liquid phase filters because 2 reducers are used. Here we have the gas controller. It's hidden over there. This one here is silver. This is exactly the same place where the engine controller is located. Here we have the interface that you'll be connecting, the one I gave you. Here under the cover are the injectors installed individually next to the gasoline injectors, and it's the same on the other side. The gas is supplied here through a short hose to the intake manifold.
Here we have 2 double vapor phase filters, so-called H, because there are 4 outlets to the reducers.
There are 2 reducers used here, each from Stag, rated for up to 450 horsepower.
And here the combined power of these reducers is even 900 horsepower.
Theoretically, but mainly there are 2 so that the temperature doesn't drop so it doesn't cool down too much. It's not really about the pressure. Pressure-wise, there's no problem.
One would be enough, right? So here, you have the filters on the outside, probably so that servicing is quick.
2 filters on the outside. You can connect them in different ways and so on. We put them here because it's a shorter path to the flight, and that's how it looks.
No, and how often do you service these filters? That's every 10,000 kilometers or once a year. And such a service with these 4 filters costs about 300 zloty.
300 would once a year show me because I asked you to hide the button that turns on the gas. So I'm curious where you installed it.
Well, here's some kind of lighter. It's really nicely hidden.
It's also a dusk sensor, so it dims at night so it doesn't glare. All right, so are we starting it up? We're now on a powerful gas mix. Better power, dummy, like your buddy used to say. After 1,000 kilometers, another adjustment and check. Come on, I'll show you the filler. Right, listen, I'm curious how the gas tank is fitted. Let's also check the filler to see if it's not awkwardly placed here. Here next to it, you have the full filler. You unscrew the cap. Ah, nicely hidden. And then you fill it up with gas. I'm really curious, guys. Let's see how it looks because you can't see anything here. The floor is straight.
It's flat.
Which tank?
Will you be filling up 50 liters of gas? 50 liters of gas? Yes, physically 50 liters of gas.
Here there's a cutout bulge, something like this, more or less.
It's cut out so that this part of the floor doesn't stick out. I see there's some kind of mat here. Yes, this is the whole modification. It's protected there. Was there a lot of cutting here?
A little bit. You could fit an even bigger tank here, but as we discussed, that would require even more modification of the floor, which we didn't want. I think this is the optimal solution. So, what do you think?
I guess there's a test drive left, right? The test drive will be on the track, but my friend, what about the costs?
How much are we paying for everything?
Well, for such a premium installation with floor and trunk modification, we charge 12,000 gross.
With the premium installation where everything is doubled, reducers and so on, because that generates costs. Plus, professional installation which takes more man hours.
And tuning. And tuning, exactly. So with the dynamometer and everything, 12,000 zlotys. Exactly.
And that's how much extra we add to the charger. That's how much it cost me. It's crazy, but at least now I'll be getting my money back when I refuel.
Now it's just pure pleasure. For 3 zlotys per liter, you can confidently straighten your right leg and it won't hurt your wallet.
All right, my friends, the car's running on gas now. But listen, since I'm already here, I'll take you to the second branch of Lukarek Motorsport.
Here we have the Dominator, now also a ride from DTS. Over there is our partner's car, actually yours too. It's a shared one.
So, Tagrit, this is an engine, as usual, Mercedes. Yes, a Mercedes with one big turbo.
It spools up really well, generates a lot of torque, and honestly a lot of power. Has this one been dyno tested yet, or not? Yes, this one has been dyno tested too. How much?
Just under 700 horsepower, I think 670 or something like that. Here? Yes. How is that possible?
And is this engine forged or not?
No, not forged. It's supposedly factory forged, but it holds such power because it's only 0.8 bar of boost. And inside here, it's neat and nice.
All right, so here we have one of Peter Otto's ones.
And here we enter the powerful Lukarek Motorsport division.
Oh, that's probably the same, right? What's up? Yeah. At 3,000 revolutions per minute, it's already got almost 1,000 torque, so it's got strong low end.
Seriously? Yeah.
Amazing, listen. And this engine is fully forged, lowered compression and so on, right?
No.
It's neither lowered compression nor forged. No, that's impossible. It just holds such power. It's only 0.8 bar of boost.
700 horsepower and 1,000 Nm of torque? Yeah, you'll see it on the graph. How is that possible? Well, it's just a big displacement.
So you buy an engine for several thousand zlotys? Yes, of course you modify it for racing, change the manifolds.
Well, there's a bit of reinforcement so it can handle it. Added cooling, oil cooling, high flow so it doesn't get choked, as they say. And of course, there are those exhaust gas temperature sensors installed, you know.
Westgate sensors. And this one actually has a single turbo. It's the same engine as mine. Except I have a biturbo, and this one has one big turbo, right? Because we're about to go to Derek's car, and we'll burn some rubber with it. Edict, what's the weight?
Yes, and back then, when it came out, it was at 400.
Exactly 1 ton 400 with the driver.
With the driver.
No, without the driver. With. Damn, I'm shocked. I'll tell you, I'm really impressed right now that the engine hasn't been opened 1,000 moments. And here, what's going on?
Again, the same engine. There was a UZ, but it seized up. The client decided on DTZMrush because it's a proven solution. If something works well, why change it? Only here, with the use of elements from the UZ, that's why it looks different. Here, the exhaust goes through the hood. There, the exhaust goes to the back, right?
Uh-huh. But still, despite the low decibels, it sounds nice, doesn't it?
I'm curious about the lifespan of this engine. How it will handle running at 700-600 horsepower. For now, it holds up, and it's not expensive at the moment. They're slowly running out, but it's not expensive. So you can just replace it, and that's it, right?
All right, Darius, start up your junk. When was the last time you started it?
Well, it came back from Cyprus. That's where I left it. Oh, right, you were in Cyprus. In Greece, in Cyprus, at the European Championships, I got a wild card. So I competed with Peter in the same class and gave him some advice. It was cool because Peter was spinning out, and I was right there with him.
Yeah, it's really neglected here because it's not ready for the season yet. Inside, it's not set up. It's a raw machine.
A raw machine. Obviously, there's no tablet, and there will be a different one here, too.
Yeah, it doesn't really want to.
But you know how a drift car is after winter, right? Honestly, it's good that the battery is still alive.
This is cold.
Give it to him while it's cold, right? Don't you remember?
Damn! And it runs nicely, and the engine survived. Of course, why wouldn't it? Look how nicely it ticks.
Let him warm up and you show him under the hood how it looks too.
I think it runs well, right? After such a long break. Damn, the engine runs nicely. Give it some. Let's see if... It still runs.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Awesome!
Bravo! You see, because a drift bus has to be like this. You get in, start it up and drive, not keep tinkering with it all the time because I don't have time for that.
You get in, start it up, even after the season it's worn out, but the power's there, everything works. Your mood improved right away, didn't it?
When you burn some rubber. All right, my friends, big thanks to Darek. I hope the gas station will serve you well, and most importantly, make you money.
That's right. So, listen, if you want to convert your car to gas, I probably don't even need to recommend it.
And now I'm going to hit the road to test this gas. Let's go.
Listen, I have a camera with me right now. Like an idiot, I knew I wasn't cut out for these kinds of cars. Lowered, that's what I wanted. I got distracted on the phone, I smashed into the curb while parking, I reversed, and I heard this cry. Shh. Oh, shh. Alright, I see it's not bad here. Oh fuck, what is that?
No! How is that possible?
I'm getting in the car because I can't watch this anymore. Lowered cars, splitters, YouTube, this is what you wanted. Alright guys, I'm signing off. I need to process this somehow, and now we have to call the painter and set up an appointment, right? You know what? With all these emotions, I just got in the car and drove straight to Cuba. Let him see it. I'll ask him.
Hey.
So I called Cuba too. Come on, Cuba, you'll see what it looks like, what I've messed up.
Crazy, right?
Oh, because those plastics are coming. And you know those plastics are connected to the bumper? It's all combined as one part.
That's only separate later.
Oh, that's great.
You don't have that? I do. I have everything. I gathered it all.
And do you still have a bumper left, since you probably work on those big American cars?
There's one bumper lying around because you weld plastics too.
Yes, we weld. Anyway, we'll do something and weld it, but for the other bumper we had to order paint because the paint is unusual, so that'll take some time too. It's just a 3-layer paint. And can't we just leave this bumper and fix it? Maybe we could patch it up today.
No, I have to go to Szczytno. So what, we need to drive in and check it out, right?
We'll see, yeah.
Idiot, you just had to make the car even lower. Lower, 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 of course.
You can't even lift this up. All right, I'm done recording. I'll show you at the very end how it turned out and what the decisions are.
This is how it looks after a few hours.
The car is in one piece. And basically, the bumper is all glued together. Everything is welded. Look, everything holds here. The paint is already matched. I'm pushing on, and later Kuba will paint the new bumper, and we'll put everything back together again, properly. And if anyone wants, you can buy this used bumper. Just let us know.
So, thanks, Kuba. Plastic welding, as you can see, Kuba handles it pretty well too. It really holds up well, doesn't it? Same thing here, but of course this still needs to be filled in. It was all done quickly, so I could keep driving. I'm going to keep filming the episode for you, right?
All right, let's go to the station.
The powerful gas tank is filled up all the way, so we'll check how much gas it uses, and that's on the road.
Oh, as you can see, it's reset. So we're heading to Szczytno. It's a 2.5-hour drive to Szczytno.
We'll be taking a pretty nice route. I'm really curious how much gas it'll burn. It's 236 kilometers one way. Let's go.
All right, my friends, listen. I've got the cruise control set at 140. I've already driven 180 kilometers, and I've been going 140 kilometers per hour the whole time. I've got this indicator here, and it never showed that it switched from V8 to V4 mode, so the computer shows fuel consumption at 13 liters. I don't know how accurate that is in reality. Oh, right now, the 4-cylinder mode only kicks in when I'm going downhill at this speed, but when I'm driving on flat ground, it doesn't switch at all. So at this speed of 140 kilometers per hour, there probably won't be any impressive results. When I get to the destination, I'll fill up the gas tank all the way. We'll see how much it takes, all right? See you at the gas station. All right, my friends, I've arrived. I'm in Szczytno. Now let's see how much of this noble gas it'll take.
3.06 per liter of gas. That's what I like.
235 kilometers, time for some math. 235 kilometers, and it took 34 liters, so that's 34 liters times 100 divided by 235. 14.4 liters of gas, and here the computer showed 12.5 liters. So what? In reality, we're doing at 140 kilometers per hour because that's how we drove about 80 to 90% of the route. Then we drove 100 to 110 on the national road from Olsztyn to Szczytno. It's not bad considering that gas is at least half the price, so it's like if my car just burned 7 liters on the highway and I was driving a Charger 5.7. Sometimes I stepped on it to overtake, but only for a moment, you know? And now I'm heading to the guys who deal in car parts. And we're going to buy something huge for this car. Something that will completely change it. Without it, this car just feels bland to me. Alright, I've arrived. Listen, I'm at BP Part. Hey, Łukasz Rado, hi. So what do you guys specialize in? We generally do muscle cars and pickups. We only deal with American cars, so Charger, Challenger, Camaro, Corvette, F-150 Ram, that kind of stuff. Exactly. I just wanted to recommend these guys because I called them on Allegro and the service was really great. I asked if the part would fit,
because I have a stock 5.7. It didn't have a limited slip differential. Only the 6.4 version did.
6.4, 6.2, yeah, because this is the differential, which I think even has the marking since I have a few. So it's 3.09 limited slip differential. Limited slip differential means the limited slip differential.
Well, that's the locking mechanism when there's slip. And now the question is, will it fit?
It will.
So the joints, everything should fit. And here the drive shafts go in directly. There are no flanges.
No, it's direct. They're on a click. There's nothing here. No rings, no locks. It just clicks in and that's it.
And it has a seal here, right?
Why? I just decided to get in and drive over because it's relatively close. I thought I'd show you right away how much this charger uses, and I thought I'd show the guys too because the service is great. They immediately gave good advice about parts and everything. So I decided to get in the car, come over and show you how it looks.
And I don't like shoddy work, and I saw in the photos that the parts are already pretty cleaned up. You know, usually when we buy on Allegro, I imagine there's a guy out in the field, he grabs an axe, chops up the parts and sends them off. And then, damn, if there's a complaint or something, it's a problem.
So, you have the whole attic cleared out. Yeah, it's all tossed around, but we tried to keep it tidy here. No, really, it's clean, nice. So you guys actually clean these.
We clean almost everything. Yes, yes, yes.
It's not lying around in some shed out in the rain.
And more importantly, you have to show it because you're selling it. Because now you have it listed for 5.5 grand. That's right.
So let's make it 4.5, haha, all right? 4.5, yeah. Because we initially talked about you dropping the price by about 1,000. And listen, I actually took my Dodge's lamp out of the trunk. Look, it's intact, not cracked anywhere. The only thing is it's slightly scratched. And on this side, remember in the video when it arrived, this one was actually good. All right, let's take a look at the car because that's what I'm most interested in. I said, listen, don't you want to take this lamp as part of the deal?
All right, cool, right? How much are you able to give me for this lamp?
Well, in this condition, a bit scratched. I'll have to put some work into it. So 1,200 zlotys, right?
Ha, so 1,200 zlotys, so 4.5 grands minus 1,200, so we have 3,300.
Madzia, sorry, this lady will be watching.
3,300 is going plus fuel because I drove here. And when I get back, we'll see about the fuel.
One way cost me 103 zlotys the other way.
Now I'll be driving anyway because I was going 140 kilometers per hour and it burned 14.4 liters of gas because I installed gas.
14.4 liters of gas. Well, that's a good result. A good result, and I was driving 140 kilometers per hour on cruise control the whole time.
And now I want to set a record. I'm driving at least 56 miles per hour, and we'll see if I can get below 10 liters. Below.
You'll have a problem getting below 10. I tested it once. I had a Challenger.
Challenger. They burn a little less fuel than Chargers, from what I've heard.
I don't know about that. I don't have that comparison, but I managed to get it down without pushing it, like you said, around 110. I was driving at most 110 just to... I wasn't overtaking, so I managed to get it down to 11 liters V8.
So now we have a challenge accepted. So we have 3,300, 3,400 already with fuel one way, and we'll see probably 3.5 with transport for this differential. And we have to put it in and test it. So,
because to be honest with you, without an open diff, this car, this rear-wheel drive, it's just useless, right?
That's the basics, right?
Because damn, it's like, I don't know, like I said, going on a sex mission after being castrated, right?
All right, enough of this bull, and let's go.
I'm super curious if everything will fit plug and play, meaning I'll just unscrew the differential and put on the one from the stronger model, which I know has slightly thicker half shafts, but I hope the flanges are the same and the drive shaft and everything will fit.
I still need to find out, but I'll probably have to call some computer guy who will program it for me, since I have slightly different gear ratios, because here the open diff is 2.6, something like that. I might be wrong. And here we have 3.09 ratios, so we have shorter gear ratios.
our top speed will drop a bit, but we'll have better acceleration, right? And now I'm focusing on super economical driving, and we'll see a short time lapse.
Damn, man. I'm fighting for those 4 cylinders all the time. It's enough to make you sick. I'm all sweaty, constantly fighting not to give it too much gas, just to keep those 4 cylinders running.
And on average, I can't get below 12.4. It's just crazy.
I hope it'll go down on the highway because here the fuel consumption won't be great.
I'm driving about 56 miles per hour on this national road here, on this single lane. It's crazy. I didn't know that driving so economically could be so exhausting. Because damn, it's just a bit too much gas, you forget yourself, and that's it.
I made it to Gdańsk. I feel like I just drove from Gdańsk to Croatia. All right, I did 234 kilometers.
I hope it was worth it, and I managed to get the gas consumption down to at least 10 liters.
There's nothing else left for me to do but refuel.
I hope there aren't any acquaintances here who will see me using this pump.
How much?
3.23?
These are thieves in this Tri-City.
A guy there in Szczytno filled up for, I think, 3.03 with a 20 groszy difference.
All right, the revolver is secured. Let's go. Damn, shouldn't it be below 23 liters?
No!
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 Damn! 24 liters! And it was so close to getting under 10. I can't believe it. Quick math.
So we have 24 liters times 100 divided by 238.
All right, we've got 10 liters, listen. Done with the Dodge Charger.
I should get some applause here, a round of applause, some kind of award.
For all that suffering and for making a scene on the highway with the Dodge Charger going 90 an hour, but we made it.
And listen, I made it here from Szczytno in a Charger for just 77 zlotys. I'm done with this topic. I'm heading home, and I think I'll watch Fast and Furious to clear my head.
All right, my friends, listen. I came to an abandoned spot. I want to show you if it's possible to drift on dry pavement.
This car makes no sense to me without a limited slip differential. Rear-wheel drive, but if it's only powering one wheel, that's a drive I won't say for whom, because YouTube will ban me right away.
So just see for yourselves.
Sports modes are turned on.
And see what's happening here.
We're spinning in place.
Nothing wants to move.
Somehow it worked out gently.
It makes no sense.